It's time now for your weekly fishing reports and real-time outdoor news from the Southwest region. This is Fox Sports Outdoors Southwest.
Hi everybody, I'd like to welcome you into this week's show. And the show today falls under the category of Where Have I Been? I've been fishing as a career for over 33 years now, and I'd like to think that I fished in most of the really good fishing spots around the south and southwest parts of our region. But never once have I heard of a place called Bay St. Louis, Mississippi, until now. And it's been my loss, because Bay St. Louis, Mississippi is one of the great little tucked away, hideaway resort and fishing locations that really I've seen in a long time. Bay St. Louis is located between New Orleans, Louisiana and Biloxi, Mississippi. It is a quaint little spot right on the shore of the bay. It's got fantastic fishing, as you're going to see on this week's episode, but it's also got fantastic dining, great art, fantastic lodging, as you're going to see from a beautiful place where we're going to be staying while we're here. Baytown Inn, owned by Nikki Moon, is a fantastic little spot. We'll show you a couple of quick shots of it here, and we will give you the information if you would like to contact them and book your very own stay toward the end of this week's episode. It's a beautiful place. We're going to take in some of the sights and sounds, and then we're going to be meeting up with Captain Sonny Schindler to do a little fishing for speckled trout, and my first time ever to fish for triple tail. So right now, let's get this started by taking you back to the FSN studios for your weekend planner.
Overall, the Salooner tables are forecasting promising conditions for fishing activity this weekend. Saturday's outlook is listed as excellent, with the best daylight times beginning at 10:39 in the morning. And Sunday is predicted to have some of the best conditions of the month, with peak action starting around 11 a.m. Look for the sun to rise at 6:37 and set at 8:30. And evenings will be dark, with a new moon beginning on Saturday. Stay with us, we're coming right back with fishing updates from around the Southwest. Plus, I'll return with Bassmaster Elite Angler Edwin Evers on the Whataburger Ask the Pro. But right now we want you to see some of the photos from the Coast to Catch of the Week contest. These pictures aren't winners, but still show off some really nice catches. Back to Mississippi in just a moment.
Sports Outdoors is brought to you by Costa Sunglasses. See what's out there. By Luz, setting a new standard in fishing performance. Feel the difference. By Strike King Lures, #1 in fishing. And by Aransas Electronics. Find, navigate, dominate.
Welcome back everybody to Fox Sports Outdoors. We're on the road today and we've made it out onto Bay St. Louis, Mississippi. One of the great little hideaway spots for catching lots of different species of fish, and a great little vacation spot as well. We've made it on the boat right now with the Captain Sonny Schindler, who guides out of this area. And thanks for getting on the boat with us. We appreciate it.
Thank you, man.
Sonny, we're in an unusual spot and a really special spot. We're going to trout fish a little bit. We've got the classic trout rig, and I'll show it to you here. It's more like a little short Carolina rig with a little croaker on it. Croaker's like cotton candy to a speckled trout. We're going to try to catch a trout or two for you. But Sonny, tell us a little bit about this area. Where are we fishing?
Jailhouse Reef. You know, as you can tell, it's just a bunch of busted up concrete, but it's kind of neat because, you know, this is Katrina rubble. Katrina destroyed a jail back on land not far from here. The Mississippi Department of Marine Resources got a lot of this rubble, concrete, rebar, and crushed it and came out here on barges and built a lot of these structures. We've got them all up and down the coast. They all hold fish, whether it's speckled trout, redfish, flounder, white trout, black drum.
I got one. Wow, I got one right here. I don't know what I've got, but I got something.
They need a net
or two. Yeah, I do need a net actually.
They can they can certainly save the day on a, a little breezy day like today. There you go.
All right, there's a good start for you right there. There's my croaker. And there, now the trout here, the limit and the length limit and number limit is what?
You can have 15 per person per day, 13-inch minimum. That one's definitely grease release worthy, as they say. I don't know if you want to keep them today.
No, we're not equipped. We're on the road for a
Okay.
few days, so we don't have an ice chest or anything to take them back. But there is your good Bay St. Louis speckled trout. Back he goes. Let's get you some fishing and lake reports. Here's Oklahoma with Gary Dollahan.
Hey, after an amazing week of weather here in Oklahoma, it's getting hot again. It's going to just keep getting hotter. But you know what? There's a great technique to catch bass summertime in Oklahoma. Finesse fishing, drop shot worm, 12 to 14 foot of water near the break lines or close to deep water. FLW Tour Pro Andrew Upshaw is an expert at that. Here's what he says to do.
This is the basic drop shot rig I use for Oklahoma. It consists of a 4/0 offset shank worm hook attached to a Jean LaRue tattletale worm in green pumpkin purple. This is a perfect color for Oklahoma. You can catch them everywhere on it. About 10 inches below, I use a 1/4 ounce weight, especially in that 10 to 12 foot range. If I'm fishing a little bit deeper, I'll go to that 3/8 ounce, and I'll actually increase the distance between my hook and my weight. When fishing the ledges in about 10 to 12 foot of water, I want to stay way off and make a long cast. That's really critical for not spooking the fish and fishing the bait correctly. So what I do is I cast on top of the ledge, probably about 10 foot inside the ledge, and I want to just tighten my line up. I don't want to make much movement at all. Every once in a while, I'm going to shake the tip of the rod. Minimal movement when you're fishing drop shot, especially on the cast, is very critical for your success. Only fish the cast about halfway back and then recast again.
Hey everybody, you don't want to leave. We got to go to a quick commercial break, but when we get back, Captain Sonny just got a call from Captain Tom Marzoni. He's out in the bay, the wind's calmed a little bit, and he spotted 2 big triple tail underneath some crab traps. We're gonna go out there and see if we can catch one of them. This could be some spectacular stuff. You don't want to miss this. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Between the 2 poles,
yeah,
there's a triple tail right in between them. We've got a live shrimp. We're going to just put it near them, try not to hit them on the head, bring it as close as we can to them, and hopefully get them to bite.
All right, let's see what happens here.
Right, he was right in between them when we saw him, so that's right where we're going to put it.
So you're going to reel it right up there and then stop it.
Let it sit, and if he's there,
there he is. You got it.
Now one thing you want to do too, and you with this GPS trolling motor, is we can sit and see if he's got any friends.
Got him.
There we go.
All right.
All right.
There is the first triple tail I have ever seen. Hey, welcome back everybody. You're on Fox Sports Outdoors today. We're out on Bay St. Louis, and we are triple tail fishing right now. There's speckled trout, redfish, there's lots of different species, but I had never actually caught or seen a triple tail before. So we ran out here, and as you saw, this is Captain Sonny Schindler, and Sure Thing Charters with us, and he ran down and actually spotted that triple tail visually right on those 2 poles that you saw. There's what a triple tail looks like. He's going to go back, but away he goes. See you, partner. All right, well, we're going to get cleaned up and get some stuff going back here and maybe catch another one for you, but we got you some triple tail action there. Right here at Bay St. Louis, right behind us, here's the bay. The bridge is right in front of us here, so we're close by. You got everything you could ever want right there with the marina and the great restaurants and the great location to stay that we mentioned at the beginning of the show, and I'll give you all that phone number at the end. Lots of stuff to do around here. What a great place this is. If you've never caught triple tail before, or even if you have, this is a fantastic spot to do it, all for the rest of the summer. Hey, let's get you some more fishing and lake reports from your local region right now. Let's go across to Louisiana. Here's Cajun Phil and Kevin.
Friends, Captain Kevin here with your Fox Sports Louisiana Outdoor Report. We're talking saltwater fishing. I'm going to talk to you about Calcasieu and Sabine Lake. Tell you what, right now some good trout getting caught early in the morning on top water. Soft plastic bite a little later in the morning over your oyster reefs. And I tell you what, sun gets hot, fish move a little deeper. We're throwing live finger mullet rigging at Carolina rig on your ledges and your drop-offs. Down at the Gulf jetties, lots of reports of big redfish, and I tell you what, the rig's offshore holding lots of speckled trout. Get out on the water and have a great time. We're going to turn it over to Cajun Phil and see what's going on the bass scene.
Thanks, Captain Kevin. I tell you what, friends, as far as the bass fishing goes right now, you remember we talked about night fishing? Well, they're also doing some night fishing on False River. We talked to a couple of friends of ours from Baton Rouge. They're catching good fish at night on False River. They're throwing buzz bait around the boat docks and doing well. During the daytime, they're fishing the treetops, sunken treetops on both ends of the lake. They're fishing small plastics about 6 inches long. They like a multicolored plastic, something like purple white, purple red, anything multicolored. They're throwing a 1/4 ounce slip sinker, and they're doing pretty good. Another place is Lake Verret. We love going there. The reason why, they got lots of cypress trees. Keep in mind, the water's about 2 foot deep around the ones away from the bank. Early morning, late afternoon is definitely your best bite because it's not very deep water. You want to catch them during the middle of the day, move out to 5 to 8 foot of water, find some grass line, just go along the grass line, throw a little small unweighted plastic worm or a very small weight on it, put it about 6 inches in front, just work it real slow. We call it the EP rig. And I tell you what, you can catch a lot of bass that way.
Fox Sports Outdoors is brought to you by Exide AGM Marine Batteries. Starts like new, stays like new longer. By Gene LaRue and Bobby Garland Lures. With our baits, a good day of fishing is in the bag. By Motor Guide, trolling motors engineered for anglers. By Nitro Performance Fishing Boats, welcome to the big leagues. By Fort Worth Nissan, Fox Sports Outdoors is powered by Fort Worth Nissan. And by Whataburger. Get your day started at Whataburger with the new jalapeno cheddar biscuit.
Welcome back, everybody. Fox Sports Outdoors at Bay St. Louis, Mississippi. We see a triple tail right here. We've got just enough calm on the water that we've been able to come out and look, and we've seen one. Sonny spotted this one underneath this crab trap right here.
Oh, he's coming out.
He's coming out away from it.
He's under the line.
Right under. He got it. He got it. He got it. What a cool deal.
Oh, this one's got shoulders.
Got him, man. Look at this. Wow, look at that big dude.
Good deal.
All right, look at that triple tail right there. There is a pig, I'm assuming. Welcome back, everybody. By the way, you're on Fox Sports Outdoors today. We're with Captain Sonny Schindler, and we're triple tail fishing right now, and that's the coolest thing ever, sight casting for these fish. Now, as you saw, that fish actually followed his cork out with a shrimp underneath it from a crab trap. This is what, an average size one, a bigger one?
This one's on the good side of above average.
So this fish will be about how long?
Oh, this one's probably in the low 20s.
And he'll weigh what?
I'll give him 10.
10 pounds. All right. Well, there is a beautiful fish, and that is some of the most exciting stuff you'll ever do. Let me hold that sucker up for him. Right in between us so we get a good shot for you right there. That is one of the first triple tails I've ever actually seen up close. Seen them on video, seen photos, but never actually gotten to see one caught. I hope to catch one of these before it's over with, but we're gonna let him go back. Now these fish make great eating too, by the way, right?
Yeah, this is pretty painful doing this, but we didn't bring any ice, so we'll let him go. All
right, well, that's exciting. I'll tell you, that'll make your heart pound. Visually fishing for these fish, driving around with our Mercury 154 stroke, it's great all during the warm weather months. In fact, the hotter the better, but it's good all summer long. We'll give you all the information if you'd like to book your own charter. Come out and do some of this triple tail fishing, but I can promise you that is exciting.
Hi folks, this week's Lone Star Lakes is brought to you by Backlash Offshore, your source for Texas offshore fishing. Now we're at Pat May's, which is north of Paris and south of the Red River, and it's a great crappie lake. Now there is a lot of recreational traffic here. You'll find jet skis and wakeboard boats and every manner of watercraft on a weekend. So you'll want to come out very early in the morning or fish later in the evening and into the night when the recreational boaters are off the water. Use your crappie jigs in either chartreuse with a red head, or cinnamon with a teal head, and you'll catch plenty of crappie 15 to 20 feet down over brush and around the timber. Another great crappie lake is Lake of the Pines, where you'll want to go to the bridge supports and find those H-bars going between the bridge piers and fish those. They'll usually be 12 to 18 feet below the surface. use the same lures, or of course you can use your crappie rigs with minnows. And finally, Cedar Creek crappies are hanging out on the brush piles, but you're gonna have a hard time catching them because the sand bass will just eat you up. Use your crappie jigs, use your sand bass type spoons, that'll get you caught on Cedar Creek. That's this week's Lone Star Lakes, brought to you by Backlash Offshore. Now let's check in with Mr. Bill Olson. He's on the coast.
Hi folks, this week's report is brought to you by Port Aransas on Mustang Island, the fishing capital of Texas, where anglers enjoy pristine bays, estuaries, 18 miles of surf, and the deep blue waters of the Gulf of Mexico. Plus the local restaurants will even cook your catch come sundown. Come fish and play Texas Island style. For more information, visit portaransas.org. Well, anglers continue to adjust their fishing to patterns that are delayed by as much as 6 weeks. On the Middle Coast, winds have lessened but still build during the afternoon. The best option is to fish early when a good topwater bite has occurred for trout. Tails, voodoo shrimp, or live shrimp fished under a popping cork in water 5 to 6 feet deep is another good option. Now when the winds come up, the shallow flats remain good for redfish. On the lower coast, South Bay has joined Longbar as a good option for trout. The intercoastal waterway is another option for those fishing live shrimp or cut bait. Now on the upper coast, the downstream flow of fresh water coming into Sabine Lake has pushed specks toward the south end of the lake. Birds continue to work overfeeding fish. Redfish are working in and out of the marshes and bayous, plus flounder continue to be active. Look around the points. On light wind days, the surf out of Sabine southward to Galveston jetties has produced some solid fish for those fishing topwater lures or baits and tails under a popping cork. East Galveston Bay shoreline, its reefs and the backside of Galveston Island up from San Luis Pass is giving up some nice trout. Chocolate Bay's reefs are also producing. So is the shell around the mouths of back lakes from San Luis Pass on toward Freeport. The mid-bay reefs in East Matagorda, as well as the guts around the deeper grass of West Matagorda Bay, are holding solid trout with some scattered reds. The surf either side of Pass Cavallo is starting to gather momentum. This weekend, both Saturday and Sunday have a double tide schedule of 2 high and 2 low tides each day. I'm Bill Olson, and I'll see you on the coast.
Fox Sports Outdoors is brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors. Right stuff, low price, every day. By Mercury Marine, celebrating 75 years of marine excellence. By Stren Fishing Lines, the standard of dependability. And by Tracker Boats. It's more than just a boat, it's a tracker.
Welcome back, everyone. It's time for one of your questions to be answered by a fishing professional on the Whataburger Ask the Pro. This week, William asks, under what conditions will you use braided line? For the answer, we checked with Bassmaster angler Edwin Evers.
I use braided line a lot. It's really a great line because it doesn't have any stretch. It's a great line when you're throwing like walking style top waters like a Megabass X-Pod or a buzzbait, anything up on top of the water. It works really, really well. And then when I'm flipping, you know, anytime I'm flipping, if it's really clear water, I may put a fluorocarbon leader on it. But I really like that braid just because it has no stretch. You get a really good hook set every time.
Thank you, Edwin. If you would like one of our pros to answer your question, just visit our website, click on the Ask the Pro link, and send us your information. Now let's see who wins a pair of brand new sunglasses on the Costa Catch of the Week.
Hey everybody, we've made it back to the Baytown Inn, a gorgeous place to stay right here at Bay St. Louis. Scramble for a pen and paper quickly because I'm about to give you all the information if you'd like to book a trip to this beautiful location. Right now it's time for the Costa Catch of the Week winner. Someone wins free Costa sunglasses each week right here on our show. This week's winner is Timothy Smith of Richardson, Texas, showing a 2-pound, 10-ounce crappie he caught at Lake Fork in Texas. If you'd like to enter the contest and have a chance to win your very own pair of Costa sunglasses, just go to our website at foxsportsoutdoors.com. On the right side of the front page, click in the Costa Catch of the Week box, follow the instructions, send us your picture, and you could be our next winner. And if you'd like to see all of the Costa frame and lens styles, go back to the front page of our website, click on the Costa logo, and it'll take you right to their website where you can see everything they have to offer, including fantastic frame style I was wearing on this week's show called Tuna Alley. This week on the Academy Sports and Outdoors Right Stuff feature, it's the right gear to catch some of these fish that you saw us catching on this week's episode. And it begins with a great rod and reel. This is the brand new Lew's Inshore Reel Series. They make both a bait caster and a spinning reel geared especially for inshore saltwater fishing for all of the species like flounder and speckled trout, redfish, and even the triple tail like you saw us catching on this week's episode. Check them out at your local fishing tackle retailer. Also, I'd like to talk to you about the trolling motor we used. It came in really handy today. It's the Motor Guide XI5. We've got some videos up on our website and on our YouTube channel. This is the Wi-Fi trolling motor. All I had to do was punch one anchor button and it would hold us exactly in the position to make the right cast on the rocks for the speckled trout and on the floating buoys for the triple tail. Check it out on our website at foxsportsoutdoors.com. I happen to know several guys who have reached the end of their career and have earned the right to retire. But for some of those fellows, retirement did something very bad to them. They immediately fell into a rut. Every day became the same and life became all about them. They became very selfish. Retirement gives us the right to leave the work field, but not to check out from life or from responsibility. In fact, retirement is a great opportunity to give back, to do something great for our society, and to help folks who didn't necessarily get some of the chances that you and I did. Think about that when retirement gets close. Hey, I hope you enjoyed our great trip to Bay St. Louis, this week's show. And you can see behind me, this is the beautiful Baytown Inn. What a fantastic setting right across the street from the beaches, the restaurants, the clubs, the nightlife. Everything is here. It's a quaint little setting. You can look at the information there on your screen if you would like to book your very own room and a great trip here to Bay St. Louis, Mississippi. And we'd like to thank Sonny Schindler for all of his help in getting us out on the speckled trout and the triple tail on this week's show. If you'd like to book a charter with any of his guys, he's got several great charter captains that work for him. You can contact him at the information you see there on your screen as well. Hey, don't forget to join us for next week's episode. We'll be on Thursday at 10:30 p.m. with the repeat airing Saturday morning at 7:30. And don't forget, you can get lots more information, lots more fishing news and photos and videos at our website at foxsportsoutdoors.com. We've always got the latest episode up on the front page and something brand new right below that. You have all of our past episodes, some how-to videos, lots of videos right underneath the latest episode. Click in that area. It will take you straight to those pages. And you can follow us on Twitter where you can get lots of daily fishing news and videos and photos. And we've also got our Facebook page up, the Facebook address you see on your screen. From Bay St. Louis, Mississippi, until next week, I'm Barry Stokes saying be safe, have fun. Bye-bye, y'all.